Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome back to my channel Leela WebDev. In this video, we will learn about the authentication proxy pattern in the JavaScript. And in this video, we are going to understand not only the what is authentication proxy, but also how the front-end applications use this concept internally for the protected routes, dashboard, session validation, and secure API access. So these are all the different types we will try to see in this video. So first, let us understand the core idea in a very simple way. Suppose let's say that you are building a banking application. Let's say that you are building a banking application, and in this banking application, the user can able to access the inside this application. So you can able to access account dashboard, transaction history, payment information, profile settings, and all those things. Now, obviously, not everyone should directly access these pages, right? Before opening the banking dashboard, the application must verify that is the user logged in or not. Does this user has a valid session or not? Does this user has a valid authentication token or not? This verification layer is nothing but called as an authentication token. Sorry, authentication proxy. In simple words, what we can say is an authentication proxy sits before the original functionality and verifies user's identity before allowing the execution. Now let us understand this using a very simple real world analogy. Let's say that's the same thing. So if you imagine the airport security, if you are trying to get, before entering into the airport gate, what will happen? The security guard first checks your passport, your boarding pass, your identity, and everything. At this stage, security is not checking whether you can enter business class or VIP lounge. It is only checking who are you. This is called as an authentication. Now later the airline may check whether you are allowed into the business lounge, whether you can access the premium services. So these are all nothing but comes under the access proxy pattern. So this is authorization. So this difference is extremely important. What you need to understand. Authentication answers who are you. Authorization answers what you are allowed to do. Many developers confuse these two concepts. So understanding this difference is very important in the front end and the back end architecture. Now let us build a simple real world front end example step by step so that you can able to understand about this authentication proxy pattern. Suppose let's say that we are building a banking application. Only authentication users should access the dashboard, profile, transactions, and payment pages and all those things. If the user is not logged in, access should be blocked. Now let us design this properly. So let's try to go into this one. So here we are having another new one that is nothing but authentication. See, okay. And in this authentication proxy, let's say that we are having different types of pages. I'm having something like, let's say the dashboard.js file, and also another page which I can able to have it is the transactions.js file, and another page, let's say the profile.js file. So these are the different types of pages which you will be able to have in the banking application or in the admin application or something like this. Let's go one by one. So now let us understand every part carefully. So for example, let's say that, so now these files actually have the actual front-end functionality. For example, let's say the dashboard.js file we are having it, right? So dashboard.js file, just you will have something like export function, let's say open dashboard. So just it will open the dashboard. So that's it. It will not check about the authentication and all those things. So just you can write console.log opening dashboard. That's it. Okay. Notice something important here. The function only knows how to open the dashboard. It does not know whether the user is logged in or not, whether the session is valid or not, or whether the authentication is succeeded or not. Nothing it knows. It just opens the dashboard. That's it. This is very important architecture design you need to understand. Business logic should focus only on the business functionality only. Now let us move to the another thing. So let's say that this one export function profile. So opening profile. In the same scenario, you can have export function transactions opening transactions. That's it. Now let's go to the auth folder. So let's try to have an auth folder. So this auth folder. So now this folder contains the authentication rules. So let's try to create a first one is a token validator. So I will have another one something like token validator. So this one will check only the validation rules or something like that. Token validator we are having it. In this one, what I can do it is, so here you can write export function token validator of user. So you will be sending the user or anything, so token or anything. If not of user dot token, if the token is not there means, then what I can say console.log no token found, please log in, and I will try to return the false. If the token is present means just I will return the true. That's it. Now let us understand what this validator is doing. It checks whether the user has a valid authentication token or not. It is trying to say. If the token is missing means then the authentication fails. Now let's try to create another one, so nothing but session validator. So one by one I am creating it so that you can able to understand it clearly. So now export function session validator of user. So now here in this one, so what I can do it is, so same thing, if not of user dot is session or otherwise something like session active is there no active session, return false. That's it. So now please log in. So something, this checks whether the user session is still active or not. Now notice something very important. Instead of hard coding all authentication logic inside the proxy, we are creating the pluggable validators. This is very important architectural improvement because it follows the open close principle. So that's why I'm trying to do this one all. So now next what is, tomorrow if business says that you need to add the biometric validation, OTP verification, add device verification means, so you can create a separate, you will simply create another validator and we do not modify the proxy itself. So now let us create the validation registry. So here in this one, so what I would be trying to do it is index.js file. So let's go into the index.js file. Let's try to close this all. And here in this one, I will have an index.js file. So here I can have something like constant auth validators. So that is nothing but auth validators is equal to, and here you will have token validator and session validator. That's it. Now here what I can do it is, so I need to import it here, and this one also I need to import the session validator. That's it. These are the token thing. Now let us move to the authentication proxy. So what I want to do it is, I want to create the authentication proxy. So inside authentication proxy.js file, so authentication proxy.js file. So this is our authentication proxy.js file. So here I will create export function authentication proxy, and here you will get the function. So what is the function we need to call, and also the validators. So that is validators which you have seen it. And here, so let's try to return function. So here you can have the function of user. So here you will be having the user, and let's try to loop over one by one. So here you can write something like console.log authenticating user. Now let's go on to the validator one by one. For constant validator of validation, so here I will try to see if not of validator of user. So one by checking. So console.log authentication is failed, and you can directly return it. So for example, let's say that if it is passed means, so after coming out of the link, and here you can say authentication successful, and you can return the function. Return the function means that you are calling the main function, that is nothing but dashboard or anything. Now let us understand this slowly so that you can able to understand, because this is the core idea of the authentication proxy pattern. The proxy receives the request first, then it executes the authentication validators one by one. Each validator checks a different part of the user identity verification. If any validation fails means if the proxy blocks execution immediately. If all validations pass, then only the proxy forwards execution to the original functionality. So internally the flow becomes user request, then authentication proxy, then identity validation, then the original functionality. So this is the complete idea of the authentication proxy pattern. Now let us create the protected dashboard. So let's say that here we are having this one. So constant, so I will have something like constant protected dashboard is equal to, so here I need to create authentication see, okay, authentication proxy. Let's import this authentication proxy. Yeah, so authentication proxy I need to import it, and here what I need to pass it is open dashboard. So we have the open dashboard, right? what is that pages we are having? Open dashboard only. Yeah. So now here in our index.js file, open dashboard, sorry, open dashboard and also the validators. So here I can import this open dashboard. So now let us test with different types of users. So first find a user, something like protected dashboard of. So here I would be trying to send only the session active to true. Okay. And another one. So now let's try to check it. CD proxy, CD authentication proxy, and here node index.js file. So here you'll be able to see authentication use no token found, please log in, authentication fail, access denied. So now you are not able to get it. So now dashboard never opens. Now let us test properly with authenticated user. So here I will be trying to pass the token also. Okay. Now if I try to pass the token and if I try to do it, authentication user, authentication success, access granted, and now it is opening the dashboard. So now let us understand why this architecture is very much powerful. Suppose tomorrow the company introduces OTP verification, device verification, face authentication, or biometric validation. We do not modify the proxy. We simply create a new validator. Here in this auth validators, we will create it and we will add it to the validator history here in this validator history. That's it. The proxy remains stable. This is exactly how scalable enterprise applications actually design. Now let us understand where this pattern actually exists in the real front-end application. This concept is extremely common in protected routes, banking application, e-commerce dashboards, admin panels, etc. Something like that. Frameworks like React Router, Vue Router, Angular Guards, and also front-end authentication middleware also internally uses this very familiar authentication concepts. So before closing this one, let us summarize everything. An authentication proxy sits between the client and also the original functionality. Its job is to verify user identity before allowing execution. It checks whether the user is authenticated or not, whether tokens are valid or not, whether sessions are active or not, and whether identity verification succeeds or not. A scalable authentication proxy should not contain hard-coded validation logic. Instead, authentication rules should be pluggable and extensible. This keeps the architecture clean, secure, maintainable, scalable, and also aligned with the open closure principle. That's it, guys. This is all about the complete idea of the authentication proxy pattern in JavaScript. Hope you understood about this concept. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.